Imagine this. A powerful nation armed with machine guns declares war on an enemy. But this enemy isn't a rival country or a rebel group. No, this enemy is birds. Yes, birds. Welcome to the story of the Great Emu War, the time Australia lost a war to flightless birds. It's 1932, and Australia is in the middle of the Great Depression. Times are tough, especially for farmers in Western Australia. To make matters worse, thousands of emus, giant flightless birds, are invading their farmland. These birds are destroying crops, knocking down fences, and basically wreaking havoc everywhere they go. The farmers tried everything to scare them off, shouting, waving sticks, even setting up scarecrows. But emus are stubborn and fast, like really fast. They can run up to 30 miles per hour. So, the farmers did what any desperate group of people would do. They called in the military. Enter Major G.P.W. Meredith of the Royal Australian Artillery. He was tasked with leading a small team of soldiers armed with Lewis machine guns to, well, take down the emus. Yes, Australia declared war on birds. And no, this is not a joke. The plan was simple. Use the machine guns to thin out the emu population and save the crops. But the emus had other plans. On the first day of the war, the soldiers spotted a group of emus and opened fire. But these birds were no ordinary foes. They scattered in every direction, zigzagging across the field like feathered ninjas. The soldiers fired hundreds of rounds, but only a handful of emus were taken down. It turns out, emus are really good at dodging bullets. Who knew? Over the next few days, the soldiers tried different tactics. They set up ambushes, chased the emus in trucks, and even tried to herd them into kill zones. But the emus were too smart and too fast. The birds would split into smaller groups and disappear into the bush, leaving the soldiers frustrated and embarrassed. At one point, the soldiers managed to corner a large group of emus near a dam. They fired relentlessly, but the machine guns jammed. And by the time they fixed the guns, the emus were long gone. After weeks of failed attempts, Major Meredith called it quits. The emus had won. In his official report, he even praised the birds, saying, "If we had a military division with the bullet-carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world." And just like that, Australia lost a war to birds. The farmers were left to deal with the emu problem on their own, and the birds continued to roam free. Today, the Great Emu War is remembered as one of the most bizarre moments in history. It's a reminder that sometimes nature just doesn't care about your machine guns. And honestly, we're kind of glad the emus won. I mean, who roots against birds? So, the next time you see an emu, remember, these birds once went toe-to-toe with the Australian military and came out on top. Long live the emus!